watch them all, but Twig wants to see them, so we gave Drayfrjg a call. Now they're bringing on the friends, and together they will view these. So sit back and relax. It's Twig's Missing Movies.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Twigs Missing Movies, a show dedicated to watching the movies that Twig inexplicably hasn't seen. I'm your host, Drayfrjg, and here is our cinematically clueless crow, Co-Host Drayfrjg. Oh my god, you can sploot?
Yeah, I could sploot.
I've never seen you do that.
You've never seen me sploot? Oh, I'm a sploot master. Actually, I'm doing squats.
You know what? We're going to find a different word for you to say for
three,
than sploot master.
4, 5.
He's getting his exercise in.
Gotta get my exercises in.
We were running a little behind today, so we had to exercise now. Unfortunately,
it's very important, very important. But you know, there's many great ways to dance. God damn it! I said the wrong word. There's many great ways to exercise. So I was going to end with dancing, and because
just like those mobile scooter stations around New York City, that is now a dead segue.
Well, I mean, those scooters. I mean, that's.
Have you heard about
the proper thing to do with those scooters is to throw them into a river or down a canyon or into a dumpster.
I know everyone hates them, and I think two things. If this had been a city-managed system, it'd be slightly better, and if it was cheaper, it would be a lot better. Because conceptually, that's not a big... And if they had their own lane, like if there was a bike lane in the cities that had them, it would be a conceptually much better thing.
And also a requirement that you wear a helmet while riding one.
Helmet, and then, you know, a few other things. You know, maybe like a license or something. I don't know. It was an okay concept, really bad implementation. Yeah. Because, they didn't account for one of the biggest problems that a lot of systems have, and that is lazy users.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, how many videos, how many pictures have you seen of them like stacked up in a really weird location because someone rented all of them with their friends?
Pictures.
And they just did not return.
Pictures? I've seen that in person.
Yeah, I'm sure you have where you live too.
Yeah, they were super popular, especially in the uptown area of Minneapolis a few years back, but we don't see them around as much anymore. I like the bike share a lot better than the scooter share. But the bike shares seem to have like stations where you like park them and lock them back up so they don't just end up strewn everywhere. And
yeah.
But you know, what would really be nice is just, you know, good public transit.
Hey, no, you're asking too much. Hey, quickly. Hey, what's that over there? Don't look at that. Then you don't need that. Use your car. Buy gas.
Hey, we're going to do this little thing that will, you know, help alleviate this big societal problem.
Is it adding another lane? Because I really hope it's really adding another lane to the highway. I really hope it's adding to I really want another lane on the highway.
No, we should definitely not try and fix our big societal issues. We should just, we shouldn't have a problem that colleges are charging insane amounts of money for education and that loan companies are preying on literal 17 and 18-year-olds to make out loans. No, we shouldn't address that. We should just forgive a small portion of the loan debt. That'll solve it.
Yeah, I think you're vastly misunderstanding the situation here. It's intentional. It's all intentional.
A feature, not a bug.
It's a feature, not a bug. And they made that feature well before we were ever born. Thank you, Ronald Reagan.
Yeah, thanks. I mean, I was alive when Ronald Reagan was president, so...
Were you?
I was born in 85, baby!
Okay, alive being tentative...
He was sworn in for his second term a month before I was born.
Okay, alive being tentative here.
Yeah, I mean, I was just a little baby fledgling. I didn't know any better.
You could barely even, like, scream.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, do I have any memories of the 80s that are in any way accurate? My little tiny baby Twig. It's just like, what are my earliest memories? And it's like, was I 5? What was I for? I mean, I was before.
I think the earliest memory I have is me sitting on a high chair in my grandparents' house, and I was being fed food, and then someone put the phone next to my ear and said, "Can you say Dad?" And I said, "Dad," and that's like the earliest memory that I have. And then it was all downhill from there.
Ah, damn. Because I was trying to think of a memory that I had, and in 1990, Burger King released episodes of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and there was like a Burger King promotion. And I remember one day my dad picking me up from preschool, and all 4 of the movies were sitting there on the dash. That's probably my earliest memory, but that was 1990. It was not from the 80s. Not from the 80s. Ah, so close. But I think that's one of my earliest memories. Some of the things, I do have a couple memories from preschool, but I mean, was that in 1990 or was that 1989? I don't know.
I wasn't even born then.
Yeah, you're a tiny little baby bird.
I mean, I think I'm taller than you, but yeah.
Only because your species is larger than mine. Yeah, ravens are bigger than crows. It doesn't make, you're still baby. You're just big baby. Big baby. Big baby. Big baby. Big baby. Big baby.
In the world where might makes right.
You're a baby, and I'm gonna put you into a corner.
No, you're not. Because you want to know why today, Twig? You want to know why? We're gonna be jiving with this time selection by our very friendly, poetic little crow, Kyoko Noir.
I'm so excited to see her again and see her streaming again.
I'm so happy to see that she's making a slow comeback, not fully back yet. But my secret hopes is that she restarts poetry nights, because I really enjoy those. I know those do a lot of work, but I'm crossing my talons,
Love the poetry nights. Definitely want to do one against you.
But let's get into this a little bit. Written in 1987 by Eleanor Bergstein, based on her own childhood life, produced by Linda Gottlieb, and directed by Emile Ardolino. This film premiered in May 1987 at the Cannes Film Festival and eventually released in theaters later that year in August. It earned over $214 million worldwide and had raving reviews from the get-go. Starring such great actors as Patrick Swayze, Jennifer Grey, Jerry Orbach, and Cynthia Rhodes, the movie has stood the test of time as one of the most prolific in any repertoire of any theater kid. It spawned an entire franchise in its own making, a TV show, a reality competition show, a prequel that releases sometime 20 years later. I think it's like 20 years later. And a stage production. It is now being added onto this list with the sequel that is supposed to be coming out in 2025. I am, of course, talking to none other than the musical Dirty Dancing.
Yeah, that was a long intro.
I really like this movie.
You really like this movie?
Oh. Yeah, I mean, I'm a theater kid, and I don't know I don't know a single theater kid or musical nerd who has not seen Dirty Dancing. It's like one of those requisite ones, right? Like how Rocky Horror is a requisite one if you really want to call yourself a theater kid. It's
Grease is another one that I feel
like. Yeah, I would say Grease is I don't know if Grease is required, but it's definitely in like the, if you're going to go get your electives, it's definitely listed first among the electives.
Interesting.
But yeah. So
I am not a theater kid,
despite being a comedian, being an actor of sorts, and
I didn't start being a performer.
Be a bird online. Yeah.
I didn't start being a performer till I was 30.
It's never. I think that just proves that it's never too late to start something new.
Never too late.
Never too late.
But I mean,
who was it that had like career that didn't start until they're like 50 or something like that?
Samuel Jackson's first major role was when he was like 40. Like I think he was only like 42 when Jurassic Park came out, and he had.
Was that his first role?
It wasn't his first Hollywood movie, but it was his first major blockbuster. He was in a few other movies before that, but that was the first movie where, Jurassic Park was huge. And then he immediately followed up Jurassic Park with Pulp Fiction, and the rest is history.
Yeah. Yeah. See, point proven. Point proven.
Yeah, and now, I mean, fun fact: if you take the total box office gross of all the movies an actor has ever been in, Samuel Jackson is number one.
Wait, really?
Well, I mean, how many movies was he in as Nick Fury?
Okay. Okay, fair, but ever?
Yeah, he's the number one highest grossing actor of all time.
Okay, but that doesn't mean the most starred in.
No, but he also
Which
has
is
been
what
in
you
a ton of
had
movies. No, I'm talking purely in terms of box office dollars. He is number one.
Okay.
And most of the top 10, most of the top 10 has been in Marvel movies. But like Zoe Saldana is really high up there because she's been in a bunch of Marvel movies, but also the Avatar movies, Pirates of the Caribbean. So it's just like, oh, yeah, she's up there. She's up there.
I find that fascinating because I don't think I don't sit here and think about a lot of actors, but I definitely don't sit here and think about Samuel L. Jackson outside of like, you know, the occasional memes that he shows up in. And it's really hard to like. Sometimes I forget that he's played other characters because he's been playing, you know, how long has he been playing fucking Nick Fury, right?
Yeah, very long time.
Well, like that's why, at least most of my life at this point.
Robert Downey Jr. and Scarlett Johansson are also right at the top. Vin Diesel's up there because, I mean, he's, you know, because you got to remember Vin Diesel was Groot, but then also all the Fast and Furious movies, you know. What?
He's Groot?
Yeah, Vin Diesel's Groot. You didn't know Vin Diesel was Groot? Vin Diesel went into the recording studio and was all like, I am Groot. He also did the mocap for Groot when he's an adult. Not Baby Groot, obviously, but Vin Diesel, even when they released the film internationally, Vin Diesel recorded all of his lines in the foreign languages because, well, he only had 3 words to learn, and he just needed to know the inflection. So, you know, in Mexico, yo soy Groot. Yo soy Groot. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I did not know that. Or if I did, I completely forgot.
Yeah, I think the only actor that's in like the top 10 of all times that isn't in a Marvel movie is Tom Cruise.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that just because his movies are so shitty?
Well, I mean, Tom Cruise has been in some pretty huge blockbusters. I mean, he's been a leading Hollywood man for 40 years. Yeah. But we're not talking about Tom Cruise.
No, we're not talking about that.
We're talking about Patrick Swayze.
Yeah, and his fucking
Mr. Roadhouse himself.
Smooth ass himself. I dated a girl that was in love with Patrick Swayze, like it was borderline like weird for me for a while until you just got used to it, right? It was like, you know how people have their waifu, right? And they make little shrines. She almost had a shrine to Patrick Swayze. It was definitely a thing. And now whenever I see his name, I think about that shrine and I'm like, why?
I mean, I gotta think of like what are the big, you know, Patrick Swayze movies. A few of them are Twigs missing movies. I've never seen Roadhouse. I've never seen The Outsiders. I've never seen Tu Wong Fu, Thanks for Everything, Julie Newmar.
Have you seen Point Break?
I think I've seen Point Break.
Have you seen Ghost?
Yes, I know I've seen Ghost.
Have you seen Donnie Darko?
Yes, I've seen Donnie Darko.
Black Dog?
Nope.
Red Dawn?
Nope.
Wow, really?
Yeah, really.
Damn.
I'm not in love with Patrick Swayze. I'm sorry to say.
Where is your shrine, man?
Look, I have a shrine to Jennifer Grey. No, I don't, but I like Jennifer Grey. But even though I think the only other movie I've really seen her in is Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah.
Which
I think I'm in much the same foot. I think I've only seen her in Ferris Bueller's Day Off. And I'm trying to think of what else I've seen her in, because she's not a face that I can remember off the top of my head.
Here's the thing: she had a recognizable face. She has that big nose, that she has in Dirty Dancing and Ferris Bueller's Day Off. A few years later, she didn't like her nose. She wanted to be prettier. And so she got a nose job. And it killed her career because instead of having that unique look to her, she just looked more generic. And it actually hurt her career.
That checks out.
Yeah.
You haven't seen The Wind Rises, right? That's on your list of movies you haven't seen? Because she voices in that, I think, too. I think I've seen that. Yeah. Looking at
I've seen a lot of Ghibli movies, but what happens in that one?
I can't tell you.
Okay. But yeah,
For
I think
want of not wanting to spoil if you haven't seen it.
I've seen about 2/3 of the Ghibli movies, and that is one of the missing ones. Yeah. But, I mean, you're going to ask, what do you know about this movie?
You're fucking stealing the words out of my mouth right now. I understand you're a crow when you steal shiny things, but words aren't shiny things when they come out of my mouth. Even though I am
your words are gold. Your words are all gold. And they're shiny.
Stop. I can only be so vain today, you know? But with all of this in mind, right? With all this talk of shrines and old people losing touch with themselves and getting nose jobs, why haven't you seen this film? You seem to know a lot about it.
I guess because I'm not really into dancing movies. It always seemed like, I don't know, when I was growing up and had more problematic views on gender norms, I was like, oh, that's a girls' movie. And
classic.
Young Twig was young and stupid and, and bad, had some bad viewpoints. I like to think I've grown since then, but then I just never got around to seeing it after that. Dancing movies did not hold my interest because I was not a theater kid, and like I said, I was like, it's a girls' movie, it's a chick flick, Yeah, that's why I haven't seen it.
I understand that. There's definitely a lot of stuff that I need to go back and revisit because I was very much the same. I wasn't very into the things that girls were into because that's not what boys were into. Even though I very much wanted an easy bake oven and I wanted to wear the dresses and all that stuff, there were signs, but I was just not aware of them. So what do you know about the film? Obviously, you know a lot. What do you know?
I mean, I believe that of all the movies we've watched and all the movies we're going to watch, this is probably one that I know the most about. So one, I know that it's a period piece. I know that it takes place in, I believe, the early 60s. Mm-hmm. I know that it takes place in a small town where dancing has been banned.
Classic.
Or at least certain kinds of dancing have been banned. And I know that Jennifer Grey's character has the nickname of Baby, and that nobody puts Baby in a corner. I know that. And then I know that Patrick Swayze's like a dancer and comes in and teaches people to dance against the rules of the elders. And then at the end, they dance to I Had the Time of My Life, and Jennifer Grey runs down the aisle and jumps up and he holds her above his head. I know that scene. And I mean, I guess that's kind of what I know for sure. But it's just like, it's a movie about forbidden dancing. And
I'm sure you've heard some of the songs too, right? Some of the songs are classic songs that get played everywhere.
Okay, well, here's the thing that I'm not sure if I know. I don't know if this is a musical.
I think I've alluded it to being a musical with it having a stage production, and most movies that start off.
But it could have been made into a musical by when it goes to stage. There's things that are not musicals that are made into musicals.
No, it's definitely, this was a musical. Sorry to spoil that for you.
Well, see, you just took away. I was struggling with trying to come up with things that would or would not be a prediction, and you just took one of them away from me. So now I have to think of something else.
Sorry, we have to make your predictions a little bit more
I actually thought this was not a musical.
Oh.
I knew that it would have music in it and characters dancing to it, but I thought that it would be diegetic and like the music's playing in the world and it's not like, you know what I mean? But okay. But it's just story dancing. I know that they've made stage productions of it. I know there's Havana Nights. I know there's I know it's a thing. It's a big thing. It's one of those things where it's just like, you know, you born in 1985, you're gonna know about Dirty Dancing growing up.
Yeah. You've definitely heard it.
I mean, this is of all the movies we've watched so far, I would say even bigger than Rocky Horror. This is a bigger cultural blind spot for me. This is probably the biggest one. And that's saying something because Rocky Horror was pretty big, but I think Dirty Dancing, in terms of popular culture, is a more popular movie. Certainly was when it came out compared to when Rocky Horror came out. This is not a cult classic. This is
a full on everybody loves this movie. I know this movie because it had an ad spot in the VHS tape for Tommy Boy, which is a completely unrelated movie in genre, but it had it in there. And every time we watched Tommy Boy on VHS growing up, we would watch the Dirty Dancing trailer. It was fucking hysterical.
I thought Tommy Boy came out several years after Dirty Dancing.
Yes. And that's why it's always confused me as to why it was in there. And I do not have the VHS anymore to find out why.
Probably because it was like the first time released on VHS or something. Because back then, like, not everything was released on VHS. It sometimes took a while.
Yeah, no, it took the straight to home streaming thing is so recent that, like, I think kids today would not survive not being able to rewatch a movie for sometimes even a year or more. Like, even when I was growing up, it was still considered pretty fast to have something go right to VHS as soon as its theater run was done.
Honestly, I think the current model is the number one reason why theaters are struggling.
Yep, you can't keep up.
Well, and the thing is like before a movie would come out in theaters, and it might be a year, like you said, before you're able to watch that movie at home. Now it's just like, go see Fall Guy. Oh well, never mind. It's going to be out on VOD in 2 weeks. I'll just wait. And so then, like, there's no urgency. Whereas, like, and sometimes it's like, well, Furiosa didn't make a ton of money in its first week, so we're going to start pulling it from theaters after like 3 weeks or something. And it's just like, hey, you know what? Give the movies time to get word of mouth. Really good movies may not have a big opening weekend, but there's some movies that were huge blockbusters that didn't have good opening weekends, but they grew because, you know, word of mouth spread and people went and saw them. And they're not even giving movies a chance to do that anymore.
Nope. If a movie's not an instant success, it's into the scrapper.
Or in the case of Coyote versus Acme, oh, critics love it. All the screeners, everyone's saying it's great. Well, we've done the math and we think we can make just slightly more money if we just axe the movie and get a tax write-off.
Yep. Looking at you, WB.
Somebody leak it. I know one of you has a screener.
One of you fuckers better fucking leak that shit.
Leak it. Paul Scheer, I know you've seen it. You've talked about it. Leak the copy. Which would probably have your name on the leaked copy and would expose you, and then you would probably have huge sanctions and maybe get kicked out of SAG. But do it anyway. For us.
I don't do it for the media. Do it for the art.
Yeah, apparently those screener copies, like, if you try and copy it, pirate it, they'll figure it out.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I cannot imagine the sheer loss of media and culture over the last few years because of all the movies.
Yeah. Piracy preserves art. But yeah. We got one last segment.
One thing we can preserve is your predictions.
All right. Gonna make some predictions. All right. So, well, let's say, I know it takes place in 1960-ish. I don't know if it's either late 50s or early 60s. But I don't know if that should be a prediction. I mean, we know it's general time period. But I know that it's a town where certain kind of dancing is forbidden. I'm going to make the prediction that Baby's father is the lead person behind the dancing van. Why did that shift over? I didn't want that to shift over. There we go. I gotta use something different than Word for these predictions because this is not working out.
We need to get you a little bigger notepad.
Yeah, something like that.
Maybe smaller markers. I don't know.
Let's see here. I'm going to predict because you got to have the. I'm going to say that there's got to be some sort of antagonist, which I'm going to guess is Baby's father. I'm going to guess. So, okay, who is Patrick Swayze? I don't even really know who Patrick Swayze's character is. I'm going to say Patrick Swayze is an outsider who comes in. Why would Patrick Swayze be coming to this town? That's actually something I don't know. Why would a dancer be coming to a small town where dancing is forbidden? Is he an educator, or is he just some sort of punk? I'm gonna say he comes in for work. Dancing is a hobby, and he's just like, I'm here to work in the industry of this town, but in my free time I love to dance, and I don't understand why the people of this town don't like to dance. Let's see. Patrick Swayze does a big public display and gets arrested. I'm gonna predict at some point Patrick Swayze gets arrested for breaking the town's rules. Okay. Let's see here. I'm gonna guess Baby. Say nobody gets Baby put into a corner. Is she actually going to be put into a corner or not? That's a big prediction. I'm gonna say Baby gets put in a corner. Even though they say you're not supposed to, I'm gonna say she gets put in a corner. And then let's see here. I know they have the big dance at the end, but what is the big event? What is the big event that causes them to dance and change people's minds? That's what kind of event would that be? Well, what's yeah? Because I know I've seen the scene where they like runs down the aisle and he holds her above her head, but I don't know what that event is or where it takes place. I'm going to guess that. Okay, I'm going to say the final scene takes place at prom. Because, prom seems, I'm pretty sure that they're meant to be high schoolers or something like that. Or maybe she's still in high school, but he's I'm guessing there's probably a little bit of an age gap between them, but not much. Not so much that it's creepy. God, I hope she's 18. Please tell me she's 18. I don't know. It's 1980s. You can't be sure.
You can never be sure.
Yeah, you see. Yeah, but also it's like if it's at prom, he wouldn't be allowed into prom because I don't think it is. I don't think it is prom now that I think of it. I'm gonna say it takes place at a dance that Baby organizes. I'm gonna say she's like we need to have a town dance and I'm gonna be the one to make it happen because I want to dance with this guy. That's my guess. Okay. And that's about all I got. So it's just like, yeah, I know a lot of the parts about this movie, but yeah, some of the details, I'm not sure. Not sure.
I think that these are all really good guesses. Okay. And I think now all we really have to do is definitely go watch this 100% musical, Dirty Dancing.
Okay. All right, everybody. We'll be right back, and when we are back, we'll have watched Dirty Dancing! Hey! Where's Kyoko?
I don't know. Where is Kyoko?
I think she's mad at us because
I think I would be mad too. I mean, I'm not gonna be frank here, guys. I think we did a little bit of an oopsie.
Just a little bit of an oopsie.
Little bit of an oopsie, but understand our oopsie is gonna make for as kids say, good content.
Kyoko, We can see your head. Ow! Ow!
We can see your little beret.
Yeah.
We see you down there.
Yeah, we can see it. We can see it down
Eating
there.
the gum off the bottom of the chairs. It's gross. It's gross. A little gross.
Hi. So today we're going to talk about Footloose.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw that. We changed it up at the last second on you guys.
I cannot, for the life of me, understand why people think that Dirty Dancing and Footloose are the same movie.
I mean,
okay, if all you know is the titles of the movie, and you know that there's one movie about a town where dancing is forbidden, and another movie where, like, a girl in the Catskills learns to dance from the hot dance instructor, you would think Dirty Dancing is the one about the forbidden dancing. Because dancing is dirty, thus it's banned and not allowed. So I basically just got the two movies mixed up in my head.
It's okay, Twig. We will fix this. It's not too late for you.
Well, I mean,
I feel like maybe a little bit.
Maybe a little.
This is why we do this show.
Exactly.
Because as Drayfrjg has, I guess, appropriately called me now, I'm cinematically clueless. I guess I've earned that title this week. I'm so sorry. Yeah.
So Dirty Dancing.
Well, Dirty Dancing. I mean, so I guess the question is
Swayze.
Patrick Swayze. Yeah, why did you choose Dirty Dancing off the list?
Okay, so the thing is, I've always really, really enjoyed this movie. Especially the final sequence, of course, because I just think it is a very romantic moment, and I'm a hopeless romantic, and Patrick Swayze, and it's just a good story, and there's Patrick Swayze, and and Patrick Swayze. Did I mention that one?
So
what I'm hearing is it's because of the lead actress Grey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That registers.
Yeah. Exactly.
Jean Grey or something like that.
Jean Grey.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Something.
Yeah. But yeah, it's turns out it's not a movie. I mean, I was right about the time period. I was right about Baby's nickname being Baby. But it's like the thing is, it's a movie about a resort in the about a resort in the Catskills. And you know how I mean, should we go over the plot? I mean, it's a pretty simple
absolutely.
plot.
Now that we've actually deduced which plot we're supposed to be talking about.
Yeah, that was kind of a late trigger there.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you give us your synopsis. Give your synopsis, Twig.
Okay.
Twig.
So, a family who definitely has a bit of money is going to the Catskills resorts up in upstate New York, which was a very popular vacation destination, especially for Jewish communities in the 1950s and 1960s. They arrive there, and Jennifer Grey is a teenage girl who is just kind of there with her family, and she's maybe looking for a little love. I know that a lot of matchmaking was done at these resorts. That is a big thing. A lot of matchmaking was done at these resorts, and even then there was a whole scene with like a bunch of waiters, and they're like, "Hey, you guys, you're working here for the summer, but you're going to law school, and you gotta find a nice, good girl to claim now before you go into college," or something like that. But Jennifer Grey then sees the two like dance leaders at the club dancing awfully nicely, and she gets a little curious, and she goes to the crew quarters where she's not allowed, and she sees all of them doing dancing that she doesn't see in the main halls, and it's a little risque. And she sees the lady there who is an amazing good dancer, but she's pregnant and needs an abortion. So Jennifer Grey goes to her dad and gets the money to pay for the abortion, but the abortion gets botched because this was pre-Roe v. Wade, and affordable and safe access to abortion is a human right and didn't exist then. It doesn't exist anymore. And so then Jennifer Grey is just like, well, since you can't dance anymore, I'll step in because there's this big show that you're going to do and you need someone to dance and I'll do it. And then Patrick Swayze is like, okay, I'll teach you how to dance. And at first she's bad at it, but she puts in all the effort she can and she gets good at it. They go and they perform at this other resort and it doesn't quite go perfectly, but it still goes well. And then she gets better at dancing. They're trying to do the big lift move, but they can't do it. They do it in the water, and she falls in the water. But then she slowly ends up falling in love with Patrick Swayze. But the thing is that she's a rich girl who needs to find herself a good lawyer or doctor. But no, she can't be with this scrub guy who just dances. But then he gets accused of stealing, but she knows he didn't do it because she was fucking him at the time, and she sullies her own reputation to protect him. He gets fired anyway, but she's just like, well, I guess I can't be with him. I'm stuck in a corner of having to be, just the good rich girl and marry a nice rich man or something, and I can't be with my true love. But then he comes in and he's like, no, you can't be in that corner. Nobody puts baby in a corner. Come up with me. Let's dance in front of everyone. Then they have the big epic dance, and most people are like, you know what, this is cool. And then the movie ends. Was that pretty good? Is that it?
Yeah. I pretty much hit all the major points.
I paid attention.
That was a pretty good synopsis of Footloose.
I will strangle you.
You can't reach me. Ha!
Yeah, and then
you literally.
I kept waiting for Kevin Bacon to show up. And
Bring it, Crow.
Who's the female lead in Footloose?
Brain escaping me.
Jennifer Grey, I think.
I don't think Jennifer Grey is in both movies, but if she was, that would really...
Wait, no, sorry, I think of Dirty Dancing, my bad.
God damn it.
It's so easy to mix up, One's a musical, one's about going to a resort and learning to dance.
Apparently, Laurie Singer is the actress who's the lead in that. And Sarah Jessica Parker is also in it. Anyway, that doesn't matter, because we're not talking about Footloose, apparently.
I thought we were. Now I'm really confused.
No, we're just dumb birds. That's why we need Kyoko here. So, hi. I mean, Kyoko, other than your love of Patrick Swayze, what is it about? I mean, there's other Patrick Swayze movies, and you didn't choose those. Why this one in particular?
Well, the dancing, really. Like I said, this is a very romantic movie as well. And it just hits all the marks.
I do have to say the romance did work for me because it did have they did build up to it. And it felt natural.
Yeah, they had good chemistry.
Yeah, they definitely had good chemistry. Unlike, let's just say it ranks very lowly on the pain scale. Which is good. You don't want to rank high on the pain scale. The major pain scale, as we refer to. Which, although, at least Major Pain was better than Star Wars Episode 2. But,
You take that back right now.
Star Wars Episode 2 is maybe the worst love story I've ever seen in a movie.
We're just talking about the love. We're just talking about the love here, not like the movie overall.
The movie overall is also the worst Star Wars movie, so
Okay, but it's not that bad of a movie. Okay, I can accept these criticisms. I can accept these criticisms without.
Anyway, guys, we're getting off topic here. Yeah. Dirty Dancing.
Great.
So we've talked a little bit about why you chose it, but what does Footloose mean to you? Like what part of your life?
We're just gonna keep doing that.
I can't.
This is the best bit.
Oh yeah, the melons. That scene where those big melons.
Yeah, the Jubilee melons left everyone who was watching both perplexed and covetous of wanting to try these essentially oblong melons. And
I don't know if Kyoko knows what we're talking about.
Right, Kyoko, watch Footloose.
Yeah.
I have watched Footloose. It was a while ago, though.
Oh god, this scene that's in the background there where they're putting on those weird wigs. I would have a wig scene. There were some weird scenes in this movie. Like, okay, there's a couple scenes that I feel like we need to talk about. One, the scene where her sister is, like, rehearsing the song, and it's so bad. And there's, like, plot stuff going on in the same room, but, like, it keeps cutting to her singing this song, and it's, like, a Hawaiian song, and it's just... It's so bad, but, like, intentionally so, and it's just...
But I think, if anything, that's actually a good thing. Because, like, it's okay to have flawed characters.
Oh,
Not
yeah,
everyone
no.
needs to be, like, a Mary Sue.
No, the scene was good. The singing and the performance was bad, but intentionally bad, and that made it amusing. I liked the scene. It was a good scene. When I say it's bad, I mean, like, intentionally bad, to, like, show that, yeah. I have to say that I liked the scene where they were performing at the other resort, and she's running up ready to do the lift, but she's like, nope, can't do it. I'm just going to do a little jig.
It's so
it was
awkward and cute, and it just... It's like, you know, their symbol of building trust between them, like, being able to do that lift, and they still have a little bit to go, so that's like why they can't do it. And I don't know, I think it was a nice like symbolism throughout the movie.
Like the wooden horse in gym class. Yeah, not quite like that. She steps on his toes. I like how, although she learned how to dance. Okay, here's a question I have for this movie. From the opening scene to the ending thing, what's the time frame?
I believe it's like a summer trip, isn't it?
Is it like a whole summer?
I think
so. I think it's like a month or two, because they get there at the beginning of summer, and it's clear that like a few days or few weeks pass before the whole stuff with what's her name in the one that has the abortion starts kicking up, you know, and then it's a few more weeks of them training, you know. So I would say it's about a month and a half at least.
Okay, but like, from the time where she's like, I can step in for you, to that second rehearsal, that's like less than a week, because he keeps saying it's like, hey, the thing is Thursday. It's this upcoming Thursday. That's the only day. So it's like, I feel like she had to get ready to dance for that in less than a week. Because they were saying, it's just like, oh, that thing's coming up this Thursday, but that Thursday's the only day the abortion doctor's available. And so I feel like that initial thing was probably pretty quick. I don't know. Maybe baby's just a quick learner.
I mean, we have the power of the internet at our fingertips.
Yeah.
How long? Wait. What is the time frame of the entire movie in Footloose?
Yeah. I mean, this is real exciting stuff as we Google things. Google things while we're in the middle of a... let's see, what's some other scenes that stood out to me? I mean, I did like the scene that we see in the background now with them practicing in the water. I noticed that the whole scene was in like kind of a wide shot without a lot of close-ups. And that seemed odd, but...
No one knows. It doesn't say. It just says it takes place over the summer.
Okay, well. I could see somebody learning to dance over summer.
Like a whole summer resort trip. Like, these are rich, bougie people. Like, they could afford a whole summer.
Yeah. God, can you imagine being able to just like take the summer off?
Well, they're rich, bougie, but they're also like, the dad's a doctor, right?
Yeah,
you know,
like,
they stress people. That.
Yes, in fact, he even is able to heal up the woman who had the abortion botched and had the nice thing, says, I can still have children someday. Yay.
I will say, like, props to that dad, like, actually going through and doing that.
Yeah, the dad is...
Like, that is huge. Like, I don't think I could stress how difficult something like that could be to go up to your dad and be like, hey, my friend got an abortion. I need you to help her.
Yeah, I mean, the dad seemed like a pretty decent guy and, did the right thing. He was a little bit too ready to believe that Patrick Swayze stole the things. But it's like they're ready to do that with really basically zero evidence whatsoever. Like, we think this guy did it. All right, we're going to fire him. He's like, well, do you have any evidence? No, we're just pretty sure it was him. He's like, but then again, knowing those kind of people is not exactly unrealistic. That,
They, I don't know. I feel like if they were, there wouldn't be plot advancement if they were like, yeah, no, we don't believe you. Sorry, we're not going to fire this guy that we hired. Yeah. But also at the same time, it wasn't like there wasn't shown evidence that there was already like strain between Patrick Swayze's character and group and the people that ran the camp.
Yeah,
like literally the first thing we hear the director say is like, and no funny business when any of the guests, right? And then Swayze's like, but I got my style to worry about. I got my riz. I have to stick my gyat out.
No, stop.
Yeah.
Don't taint this movie with that.
Nobody puts gyat in the corner.
Can we ban him?
Unfortunately, no, because CTTV has, unfortunately, a large investor ended up buying a controlling share of CTTV, and it ends up that was Draycon Industries, so my hands are tied.
Whee! You don't even have hands.
Yeah, well, his feet are tied.
I mean, if the problem is like I could technically kick him off, but then I wouldn't have insurance coverage anymore, and
that'd be really unfortunate if some kind of ethereal eternal fire caught the studio up in flames, huh?
Yeah,
really hard to put out until something's burnt to the ground. Kind of fire, you know what I mean?
Can of gooses, you got a problem with me, and I suggest you let that one marinate.
And Puttybine's got a problem with Canada Gooses, and
Wait, Vaughn has a problem with Canada Gooses?
No.
It's gonna be real awkward. Real awkward when I fill their office with a bunch of them.
Yeah. Now, one thing that kind of stood out to me that was a little weird is that this movie takes place in 1963. However, there seemed to be kind of a blend of music. It's like, here's music that would have been popular in 1963. And here's music that was written this year.
I mean, a big thing was that like this was kind of like almost like a new kind of dancing thing for a lot of these people. So I think this was supposed to be like kind of fresh and new. So that like makes sense to me.
Yeah, I don't know. It just felt weird that songs that were written in 1986 were put into a movie that takes place in 1963, and it's not like and it was a song they were dancing to. Like they were dancing to "Time of My Life" at the end of the movie. And wasn't there another scene like when they're dirty dancing where they were also playing a more modern song? But I don't know. That seemed like an odd choice. But then again, it didn't really feel that out of place. It's like one of those things where like I don't think it hurt the movie, but it's like it's one of those things where I couldn't help but notice, and it felt a little weird. But like I don't think it really detracted from the movie that much, because I mean, like, come on, "Time of Your Life" was iconic. Won Oscar for Best Original Song, and it's still played. It's a classic song. So I mean,
yeah, it is very iconic. I feel like we haven't really touched much on that final scene a whole lot. What are your thoughts on that, Twig?
It was a dancing scene, I guess. Look, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't really care that much about dancing. I'm not really into dancing movies.
That's weird. It's weird that you weren't into dancing movies, given that the title of this movie is Dirty Dancing.
Yeah, and I hadn't seen it until this week, so why is that weird?
I don't know. I'd just be like, you watch an entire movie. Obviously, you care a little bit about dancing.
Because Kyoko made me.
I don't. You could have said no at any time.
Kyoko wasn't there with a gun to your head.
Yeah, that's true.
Watch Footloose.
That's what you think, Trey. Like, shush.
I mean, look. I thought the dancing was good. It was impressive. I did read up and hear that they didn't use any stunt doubles. That is all Patrick and Jennifer doing all those moves. So that actually impresses me. I also read that those two hated each other.
Oh.
Like, they didn't like working with each other. They didn't get along, but they were able to pull it off on camera. So I guess it just goes to show their professionalism. So good on them.
Right? Twig, would you say that you were a dancer?
No, I am a terrible, terrible dancer.
Do you have two left talons? Is that it?
Yeah, I'm just awkward.
It's okay.
And I don't know. It's just embarrassing when I dance. I've had people make fun of me for my dancing. So.
No.
I didn't. In the last few weddings I've gone to,
You know
I didn't
what?
dance because I don't like it. People are gonna make fun of me.
Dre, what do you think about this? For TwigCon, we have a little dance party.
I agree. I love dancing.
And
I don't care that
I
I
mean,
don't
Saturday night.
Saturday night's all right
at
for
the
fighting.
barbecue. We could do a little karaoke and dance party. Could be fun.
Oh.
Yeah. It's like I think about like all the other like big dance movies, and I haven't seen La La Land or Singing in the Rain or the rest.
Would you say that your perception of yourself dancing and the awkwardness with it has negatively affected your views on dancing movies?
It's possible.
I think it has a major play in it.
I mean,
Well,
my
yeah,
inability
like
to play sports hasn't affected my ability to enjoy sports movies.
Yeah, but I feel like one of these two things is way more accessible to an adult.
I feel
dancing.
like you probably don't have such internalized feelings about sports.
Wow, is this suddenly becoming a therapy session here?
I didn't realize we were going to be performing psychology on Twig today, but no. Let's open up this can of worms right now in front of everybody. Twig, who hurt you?
Who was it? Who said it?
Who was it?
I mean, it'd be quicker to list the people who haven't.
Okay, who hasn't hurt you? And if you don't include Kyoko or me, remember there's
We
a
can
bucket
change
of
that.
eternal fire sitting around the office somewhere,
Let's
just
see.
ready to go.
People who have never hurt me: Kyoko, Bentai, Hasio, Bon, Daifed, Cannon Fodder. Yeah, that's about it.
Interesting list.
Wow, what a great list. I love it.
That is a really nice list of people.
Osu, you grabbed my stem. You were grabbing onto my stem and yanking on it. Have you forgot the stem incident, Usu?
Context. Get phrasing.
It'd be a shame if this got spread anywhere.
Ow, please stop. Ow, hurts.
God, fire.
Oh, I'm
fire.
hot.
Ah!
I don't make threats idly, Twig.
This is why you're not on the list.
Wow. Jeez. Should we?
I think we can move on from this bit for now.
Should we get into the predictions?
Yeah, let's get into the prediction.
Oh my god, yeah.
Let me get the red pen.
Let's get the predictions rolling. Yeah, get the red pen and the red marker, and then the stamp that says
Baby's
our brains
father
are no
is the
longer
lead
used.
person behind the dancing band. There was no dancing band. That's a red. Patrick Swayze is an outsider who comes in for work, and dancing is a hobby. Okay. Listen, hear me out.
No,
he's an
this is wrong.
outsider in that he is not one of the rich people. It says comes in for work and dancing is a hobby. That's not really right. Dancing is his work.
Yeah.
I think I gotta go red on this one.
I would say yellow because it's also somewhat his hobby, right? Because we see them
He's
dancing
really
not
an
for work.
outsider though, because he's a staff member.
It's kind of an
Like
outsider.
the resort goers are the outsiders.
They're hired help for the summer. If I
Yeah,
remember
I
correctly.
wouldn't
They're
say
not
that's
permanent
an
on staff.
I think the guest gets the final say on this one.
Fine,
The thing is,
fine.
it's clear that he has done this many years. So it feels weird to say that he's an outsider when he does it multiple times.
Patrick Swayze does a big public display and gets arrested. Well, that never happened. Baby gets put into a corner. That happens. I got a green.
Yeah, you got one.
Yay!
Also, I'm kind of in the way. Maybe I should scooch over. Hold on.
No, you're fine. Oh, yeah, that's a good spot for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the final scene takes place at a dance that Baby organizes. No, she had nothing to do with the organization of it. And in fact, during most of the dance, she was in the corner. She was literally like sitting in the corner of the room. It was like both metaphorical and literal.
Yeah.
You know, I really tried to convince Navri to learn the dance with me, but he wouldn't.
Is he afraid he's gonna drop you?
I think he's just afraid of.
To be
looking
fair,
funny.
half the dance would have been Navra like in the aisle, swirling around on his knees and doing all this stuff, while you just sit back on stage and go, ah.
Yeah, I think he was just concerned about being weird.
Look, it seems like proper dancing. You gotta just kind of let loose and not care about how you look.
Yeah,
and
I
just
gotta
get
let
out there and have
your
fun.
feet loose, you know.
Yeah, you
A foot loose.
You gotta get loose.
Wednesday.
Foot loose.
A foot
You gotta
loose,
kick off your
what some would
Sunday
say.
shoes. Jeez Louise.
Oh, I hate this joke.
I don't know why you hate it. It's the best joke we've told on this set.
Yeah. Just pretend you're alone when you dance. Okay. But that would involve a lot more crying than I'm willing to do in public.
We're not allowed to do therapy apparently, so
we're not allowed to
we'll bottle these emotions up.
One right now, staff. People. Staff.
Staff.
Damn.
Yeah, you mean staff. But yeah, there we go. My predictions, this is probably as wrong as I'm ever gonna be on this show. Ow!
I don't know. There's a few hundred movies on that list, Twig. There's a few hundred chances of you to be completely wrong.
It's true. It's true. I mean,
I'm glad that we have set the new benchmark at least. I feel proud. Like I get to be a part of this. Like this is.
I mean,
this
think
is
about it this way,
history.
Twig. Think about it this way. There's a non-zero chance that your predictions will be all good for when we actually do Footloose.
yeah. Yeah, I think I'll get Footloose down.
Non-zero chance.
Yeah. Like, I'm just going to copy and paste this and get rid of the baby gets put in a corner, and I'm pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, you might need to change the Patrick Swayze part, but
I'll just do a find and replace Patrick Swayze, Kevin Bacon.
there you go.
Yeah.
All right, Twig. I think we covered a lot today. We talked about a lot of good points, a lot of the movie. I gotta ask one of the final questions. You know, one of the few. Did you enjoy the movie?
Well, here's the thing. We talk about movies and we say, you know, did I enjoy it? And one of the criteria that is absolutely not allowed is, are you happy to have seen it, just so that you can say that you've seen it and you know what it's about, and, you know, to cross it off the list. And if we use that criteria, yes, absolutely, I'm glad I finally saw it and you can cross it off the list of seeing. That being said, I didn't dislike this movie, but I didn't love it either. I thought it was a well-made movie, especially for 1987, but I'm not really the demographic for this movie. I don't really care that much about dancing. I thought the love story was good. The acting was good at some points and not so good at other points. The cinematography was pretty good, but overall, I'd give this movie, like, on terms of did I enjoy it, I would say kinda. It's middle of the road for me.
Okay.
I would kind of put this in the same category that I put in The Last Unicorn, where I say, like, this is a good movie and I understand why people like it, but it wasn't necessarily for me.
Yeah. Okay. I can get behind that. I can appreciate that for what it stands for. I do think you need to go get some therapy about dancing, bud. But
Look,
that's on you to heal, not me.
look, I'm a fat guy, okay? There's
Okay, and
yeah,
So?
and that
okay,
it's
a lot of fat guys dance.
yeah, not well.
It doesn't matter.
As long
You're
as you
having
have
fun.
fun.
It's about you having fun. Everything about the human spirit is about you having fun first. And if you're not having fun, you shouldn't do the thing.
All right, I'm quitting my job.
Okay, never mind. Wait.
Hold on.
Wait.
Capitalism says we have to continue.
There's a difference between capitalism and the human spirit.
I can't.
Oh my god. Well,
I guess I'm gonna have to dance in a month and a half or so.
Yeah, that's gonna be so
wow,
fun.
is it really that soon?
It's like
Jeez, what is happening to the summer?
7 weeks, I think.
Duh.
2, 3, 4.
The
You
summer
start
was as
5,
fast as it was in
6.
Dirty Dancing.
Yeah,
Jeez.
7 weeks from Wednesdays. TwigCon.
And I don't get the joy of dancing with hot people.
Well, you will.
I will at the end of summer.
Yeah, you'll be able to dance with Twig.
Hell yeah. You're not getting food. Fuck off.
Oh, I wanna dance with somebody.
Buddy.
I wanna feel
Wanna
the
feel the
heat
heat
with somebody.
Somebody.
Yeah, I wanna dance with somebody.
Somebody.
With
Somebody
somebody who loves. Look, I like to sing. And I move a bit when I
You're halfway there to being a Broadway
I like to
actor.
sing. And I. How is it? Sorry. I don't
Can't
know
wait
why
to see
my
Twig in
stream just
Hamilton.
unmuted randomly. So now you hear double. It's okay. It was what we were singing. Just think of it as just a lot of extra singing. It's good.
Well, Twig, I don't think I have much more to say on this.
Did you like this movie?
I always enjoy this movie. I'm in that category of I enjoy the movie. I can sit down and watch it, but it's not a movie that I seek out.
Yeah.
You know, I enjoy it for what it is. I can enjoy it sitting and watching it, but I like of all the movies I want to watch again, it's very rarely at the top.
That's fair. So, I guess before we wrap things up, hey, is there anything you'd like to plug, Kyoko?
Well, guys, so I don't know how to say this, but it's been a little while, but I do intend to come back to streaming here very shortly. Not a full-time thing, but just gonna try it out, see how things go. I don't have a firm date set. However, I do expect it to be this month.
Yay!
Probably a couple of weeks.
We're very
Hell
excited.
yeah.
We're very
So-
excited. And, well, we want to read some poetry. We want to do some poetry.
Yeah, that's the thing I miss the most. Is definitely the poetry.
I miss poetry night. It's
No one
great.
else.
Poetry. Bring it back.
Wow, what the fuck? Wow.
Wow. Weird.
Weird.
Who was saying things? Crowd, can you guys stop saying weird shit?
Yeah, we're saying weird shit.
Yeah, guys, be calm.
All right. Well, we'll see you around soon for another episode of Twigs Missing Movies. And on Sundays, check out Sunday Dusk. And if you're not following Drayfrjg and Kyoko, you should follow Drayfrjg and Kyoko because they're both pretty great. Yeah, we're going to head on out of here. And
you can find past episodes of Twigs Missing Movies now up on YouTube.
On YouTube, yes.
Where's the link? Quick.
I forgot.
Wait, how do you not know how to plug yourself?
Because
well, I don't plug myself, but that's not appropriate for Twitch.tv.
it's
Wait, what? Drake?
Right, nothing. Moving on.
That took a second to register.
but there's my YouTube right there. And then you just go to playlists and pick the Twigs
Check out
Missing Movies playlist.
Twigs Missing Movies
Guys, click
and
it,
previous
click it.
Birds of the
Every
Day.
episode is up. Please
Yes,
go watch
as well
it.
as every episode of Bird of the Day and Sunday Dusk. And you can check out episodes of Sunday Dusk featuring Kyoko and Drayfrjg as well.
Oh,
You're big.
I'm sorry.
Got excited?
No, I just plugged myself a little bit.
Yeah, gotta plug ourselves. All right, we're gonna head on out. Everybody, have yourself a great evening and a great rest of your week.
Stay cool out there, kids.
Stay cool.
Okay. Bye. Don't get lost. or do. And remember, if the trees speak to you, don't speak back.
Hey Kyoko, we're rating your thinking hat.
Oh, my thinking hat, yo, let's go. I love Delvin.
We were playing Halo on
soft
Wednesday.
hands.
Hi, Drayfrjg.
She's got soft hands. Is that what you said?
Yes, she has very soft hands. We've held hands.
Twig! Twig, thank you for the raid! I was gonna raid you guys.
Why is my
after I was
thing not
done.
going, please?
No. Thank
message.
you guys.
What's going on? What is wrong with my Twitch?
Okay, I like her.
Page
so let's do
unresponsive.
her.
What?
All right. I'm going to go